Well, apologies for getting you up all so early in the morning on the West Coast. I've passed by your offices quite often on the way to Stanford and various other companies I've worked for in the US. But my name's Andy Lawton, and this is the EU clinical trial regulations. I'm happy to take questions from you during the course of it or at the end, whenever you would like. Why can I talk to you? Well, I've got a variety of expertise in the industry. I did 5 years in the National Health Service in the UK, 32 years with Boehringer, and for the last 5 years of that, I worked with Transformative, which you may be aware of is an industry body. 20 of the top companies and others are included in that body. For the past almost 9 years, I've been doing consultancy, and that's on the next slides. But I've got a wide scope, too many publications to mention, but there's lots to do. So what have I been doing in these past almost 9 years? Well, I've been giving advice to companies, mainly on ICH E6, but it's gone far beyond that to E8, the new version of E6, release 3. I've been doing gap analyses, action plans, lots of training, SOP review, all sorts. And you can see the scope of it there, which includes Stanford clinical research. So I've worked with SCRC for several years and worked with the Gates Foundation and many other groups. So the EU clinical trial regulations, well, it's intended to improve efficiency. That's what it's stated to do. Increase the transparency of trials in Europe and ensure participant safety. I'm not certain it quite does that, but we'll see. And it is a major change in the way trials are conducted within the EU, or at least from the regulatory perspective on what they enforce on you as requirements. And a key part of that system is the clinical trial information system, which is your main contact point to get all information to the EU. So I hope that by the end of this, you'll understand the reason for the regulations, understand the requirements, understand the different types of submissions into the clinical trial information system, the roles that you can set up within the clinical trial information, and a bit about the submission process. Now, I've also included some of the slides which I've taken extracts from the EU reports where they say what's happening with CTIS and the clinical trial regulations. I won't go through all of them, there's too many, but I've included them for your information, and if any that you want to particularly refer back to, I'm willing to do that.